Hello everyone. I'm so happy you're here today because we are going on a fun and exciting journey into the world of adjectives. That's right, adjectives. Those magical words that help us describe people, places, things, and even feelings. Get ready to make your language more colorful, more vivid, and way more interesting than ever before. Okay, so let's dive in and discover just how awesome adjectives can be. Okay. So today we have three super cool goals for lesson. First, we'll learn exactly what adjectives are and why they are so special. Then we'll become adjective detectives and practice spotting them in sentences. And finally, we'll get creative by using adjectives ourselves and make our writing sparkle. By the end of this lesson, you will feel like a real adjectives expert. I promise you that. All right. Okay, so let's start with something fun and warm to warm up our brains. So we're looking at three pictures together, and I want you to think not just about what you see, but what you would describe each one. Okay, so the first one, the jungle. So it is full of tall trees, bright flowers, and maybe even a cheeky monkey. Yeah, so what comes to mind if we want to describe it? Right, words like green, colorful, lively. Yes, and guess what? Those all are adjectives. Okay, so the next one is the puppy. So how can we describe it? Yes. So it is soft, it is small, maybe a little sleepy or super playful. And words like fluffy, cute, energetic, and all of that help us picture exactly what kind of puppy he is. And finally, the birthday cake. All right, so what comes to mind? Yes. So sweet, chocolatey, maybe even tall, colorful, with sprinkles and candles. Yeah, okay. So you did great. Although describing words are adjectives, and now we are ready to learn even more about them. Okay, so what is an adjective? Now that we have warmed up, let's answer the big question. What exactly is an adjective? So, an adjective is a word that describes a noun, which means it tells us more about a person, place, or an idea. Think of adjectives as helpers that add color and detail to our sentences. For example, if I say that tree is pretty basic, but if I say the tall tree, suddenly we know more about the tree. The word tall is an adjective here. So let's look at some more examples together, like the blue sky, a happy gal. Yeah, right. In each sentence, the adjectives helped us imagine what the noun looks like and feels like. Isn't that amazing? Okay. All right. So now that we know what adjectives are, let's put on our detective hats and try to find them in some real sentences. Are you ready? Okay, so here's our first one. The old house was creepy. Okay, can you spell the adjectives? Okay, so let us think. Okay, so old, yeah, right, old describe the house, and creepy also describe the house, and yes, both are adjectives. Okay, the next one. She wore a beautiful dress. Yes, I think that is pretty easy, right? Yeah, beautiful is describing the dress, so that's our adjective. Okay, and how about this tricky one? The small dog barked loudly. Okay, did you notice about loudly that actually isn't an adjective, it's another verb, right? Because it describes how the dog barked, not what the dog is like, right? So the adjective here is yes, it's small. Nice catch. Okay, and our last sentence. I ate a delicious apple. Delicious, delicious. Yes, delicious. That definitely describes the apple. So it's our adjective here. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so. let's continue. Okay, so let's get creative. This time I'm going to give you a noun and you need to brainstorm as many adjectives as you can to describe it. Okay, ready? So our first noun is a flower. Okay, so what comes to mind? Yeah. Okay, so maybe that like red, soft, pretty. Yeah. Wow, look at all those great ideas. Okay, let's try this line. Okay, yes, you might say strong, you might say golden, wild, brave, super cool choices. Okay, and our final noun is a cloud. So, how would you describe a cloud? Okay, yeah, fluffy, white, soft, stormy, big. Yeah, you're doing such an amazing job, right, guys, thinking of all those creative words. Okay, the next one. Okay, so let's take a quick moment to review everything that we have learned today. So, what is an adjective again, and what do adjectives describe? Yeah, right. So it's a word that describes a noun. It tells us more about a person, place, thing, or idea. And okay, so why do we use adjectives? Yes, because they make our writing and speaking more colorful, more detailed, and way more fun. And without adjectives, our sentences would be plain and boring. And with them, we can create rich pictures in our minds and bring our stories to life. Yeah, okay, so you have worked so hard today, and I am really proud of you. All right, so. Uh, you did an incredible job today learning about all those adjectives, and I hope you had fun and discovered just how powerful that little words can be. And just keep practicing and adding adjectives to your sentences every day. And I really want to thank you so much for joining me on on this adjective adventure, and you were absolutely fantastic. So, and I guess I see you next time.